Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I'm getting a low internet warning. Oh, is that going to fix itself? If I freeze up, the audio usually continues on, and this usually writes itself. If I disappear, I'll come right back. Anyway, so I'll see what I can do here. I'll just keep going. So on today's episode, Republican trolled by Satanists falls for it. Silly Republican. What exactly would happen if Trump was, let's say, unalive before the 2024 election? And we're going to end with a really sweet photo of a child hostage who is now free and back home. It's very sweet. Anyway, this is the view. I got out my other camera. This is the view I am looking at. This is what I see when I look out right there. That's what I'm looking at. So it's the first day of snow in Chicago. So I thought you might want to see. Anyway, well, let's jump in. Let's see. I'm here I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. And we've got a fantastic community here because you've been so kind to each other and you've been so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in or up the speed and watch back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. So Elflower 1 Stars is asking, Autumn, do you have psychic abilities too? Everyone does. Valerie Sargent says, I always envisioned you living in the Home Alone house. No, but I have a rough idea where it is. And every time it goes on the market, every, X many years, it's in the papers. So anyway. No, that's, yeah. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna switch these so you can see the cards, but I'll switch them back as the snow looks interesting. So, all right, we're gonna jump in at 3 minutes 30 seconds. Let's jump in there. This yesterday, Enchanted Zenial was asking, any COVID predictions for 2024? Can we expect scientific advances in curing or treating long-term COVID? Good question. All right, let me switch these. Hello. No, it's there. All right. I hope so. Then again, last night, I've got to thank everybody who came to the Patreon social. It was a lot of fun. And we got to meet some new people face to face, as it were. And it was a great time. But one of the things, I bring it up because yesterday, one of the things I was talking about at the end was about Pluto in Aquarius and how AI is just starting. I mean, AI really became a thing in that narrow time period where Pluto moved into Aquarius and then retrograded. And then once it was back in Capricorn, people were talking about it, but it wasn't as constantly. But come next January, late January and on for quite a while, there's going to be a lot. Let me know if the noises are bothering you. I'll close the door. That is kind of loud. Anyway, There are, with the rise of AI over the 20-year period that Pluto is going to be in Aquarius, which is the sign of technology, humanitarianism, and rebellion, thinking outside the box. But as the computers, I mean, you think the internet has changed our lives. Over the next 20 years, what technology is going to do between AI and then the other forms of computing that are coming, like quantum computing and on and on. There are going to be cures for diseases over the next 20 years that we thought would plague us forever. There are going to be so many changes. There are going to be so many opportunities. So let's see here. But for 2024 specifically, what's the outlook with COVID? Oh, sorry, I've got this. Needs to go down because I couldn't see the chat. Ace of Pentacles. Let me see what the other cards say. Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, Fools in the middle, Four of Swords, King of Pentacles. Well, how COVID is going to ultimately go in your neck of the woods is going to be very much based on what color is your government, red or blue or purple. Because even one of the later questions I'm going to go over is this new study that basically says if they've actually worked out some of the scientific guesses of the number of deaths in your state if it's a blue state and the number of deaths in your state if it's a red state. So this is medical care. It's quite a lot. But the far right nonsense who would stop, the Republicans who would stop saying it's no big deal, nobody should get vaccines, whatever garbage they're pushing. Well, yeah, then you're a fool if you're listening to that. And, you know, I'm not saying that anyone or any institution is perfect, but I'll listen to the CDC before I'll listen to Republicans any day of the week. So how will 2024 go? Who are you listening to? Yeah. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Now, as far as long-term COVID at 9 minutes in. Can we expect scientific advances in curing or treating long-term COVID? We're still stuck with the common cold currently. Wily little son of a gun that it is. Fast mutating, you can't catch me kind of virus that it is. COVID. But long COVID. Empress, so that's a positive card. Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, Five of Swords. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while until they sort it out. Because basically, what the virus does is it in some people it damages. There's some damages either to mitochondria or various other systems or bits or pieces, and they've got to figure out. Matter of fact, they might even think it's the wrong thing temporarily. But I don't like this Queen of Wands here because this is too much bad influence over here. Let's put it that way. But we're going to get there. It's just for 2024. Just do get your boosters when you're, or if you're supposed to. If you're not, I understand. And some people can't take them. I understand. But long term, just give it time. Yeah. So, but I wish I could say it's going to go away. It's not going to affect us. It's absolutely fine. I wish. Not yet. Braun says what it does is it sets up shop inside the macrophages in your bone marrow and uses them to hide from your immune system. Yeah, viruses, they are wily little blankety blanks. Yeek. Giovanna says, I am all vaccinated with everything. Germs beware. Good. I haven't had the most recent booster, but I want to say it's only been available to me for a few weeks. But anyway, all right, well, hang in there. We'll get through this. We will. All right, so next question was from James at 12:30. Please read on Nikki Haley. If she gets the nomination, how will Biden do? All right. Nikki Haley versus Joe Biden. In this corner, someone who worked for and was the international spokesperson for the person and policies of Donald J. Virginia Trump. And in the other corner, good old Uncle Joe Biden, who's been in politics forever and knows everybody and actually cares about this country. Five of Pentacles. Let's just say there's an uphill battle on the right. Because, gosh, who would have thought taking rights away from women and trying to take away LGBTQ plus rights and et cetera, would be a bad thing? Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Judgment, Four of Cups, Two of Cups. Nikki Haley is, like the others, perfectly capable of losing to Joe Biden. Perfectly. These Knight of Pentacles over here, these people fighting for the Republicans, yeah, they can cause some problems, but they can't knock everything down. Right here we have, that would be Nikki Haley refusing some of the basic things that people are asking for about equal rights and, I don't know, decency and holding people accountable and, the usual. But ultimately, Two of Cups, the partnership, that's voting for the Democrats. You're right in the middle, there's Judgment. there's big judgment coming down, and it could be related to what's going to happen in Congress. It could be related to just people being sick of Republicans. I'm not saying there's going to be no one's going to vote for Republicans, or the whole country is going to be completely blue from sea to shining sea. I'm just saying there's going to be quite the wave of blue is what I see. So, friends talking about, I laughed that in South Carolina they booed Trump. Yes, I have the video I was going to show you. So, I just wanted to make sure I covered some of the questions you asked yesterday. I just have one more, and then we have then we get to watch the video. There's all kinds of great stuff today. I can't keep up with the chat. I'm not sure what you're all talking about. At 1620. In the future, how will the children of those who are banning books view their parents? Anger, disgust? Will they have their own form of rebellion against what the parents think, like the 50s versus the 60s versus the 70s? So, Cindy Lou says, hey, all snowing here in Chicagoland. Yep. Hope everyone is warm and snuggly today. Peace and love. Yes. I don't need to go out and shovel though, because it's not what the English call pitching. It's not pitching, which means sticking and building up. So still, anyway. So, children of those who, this book was banned from me, and this book was banned from me, and this book was banned from me. Well, I'm of an age that there were any number of books I wasn't allowed to read. I mean, and I read a lot growing up. And I had I don't think you can see him, but there was a squirrel that just ran across in the back over the cord. Anyway. I mean, I had pretty free reign in the library, but there were some things my family kept me away from. And I wish they hadn't, because I wasn't, anyway, I won't go into all of it, but yeah. Thank you, Elflower, 1 star. All right, 8 of Pentacles. No, I was pointing at yesterday, this guy, it's an excuse to look at the naked lady. He's not painting her. And this has happened before. So, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 4 of Cups, Fool, Page of Wands. It's not good. People don't do well. People don't do well with less knowledge. Republicans, MAGA people don't do well with less knowledge. 2 of Pentacles. Paula says, my parents never banned me from any book. There were a few they said we had to discuss when I read them. And that's really good. That's the way to do it. So, yeah, I wish my parents were super strict. So, some people will get to read the books that some are being banned in some places. We have the internet now, which also makes a huge difference. Some people will remain conservative like their parents. Other people will search out what's out there. And those who, in any endeavor, those who limit their own knowledge, limit their own ability to gather wisdom, you end up stunted. Pat Lyle said, my mom only cared that I was reading. She never blocked any book. Good. Good. So, wait a second. There was a... Hang on one second. There was something in the chat. Oh, Suburban Housewife said reading Anne Rice's vampire books was a guilty pleasure. Oh, yeah. I was in college in the early 90s, and that was down in Baton Rouge, and that was the thing. All right, everything that woman ever wrote, and it was a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a breaking... Rose Austin was just saying there's breaking news. There's been a... There's a shooting. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to say. Excuse me. All right, so Heather Formosa said, I only took a book away from my son once because it was giving him nightmares. He got it back when he was older. Fair enough. Maria Lima says, now I can't stop reading. Hey, hey, hey. I like that. And Cece Ryder, hello, says, if Nikki Haley was the GOP nominee, it would be interesting to see who she would pick as a running mate. Who would accept being second fiddle in the Republicans to a woman? Yeah. All right. So how will the children who are having books banned from them, how will they view their parents when they're older? It depends on whether they stay as conservative as their parents or not, or whether they weren't in the first place, or their parents aren't happy about the ban. It just depends. Yeah. But there's also the internet, which is that changes the equation quite a bit. So anyway, all right. Would you like to see a little video, little 1-minute video? It's time to share. Cosmic Goat Lady says the ignorant are easier to fool than lead astray. Yep. Oh, yeah. All right. Share screen. Janelle Espinoza says, Haley has no conviction. She runs hot and cold. I would never vote any Republican in. She just isn't as sharp as she needs to be. Okay. And Cindy Lou says, yes, sharing is caring. And Lori Love says, yes, please. All right, let's have a look. I just need to go down to... Oh, I know it's here. Where's... All right. It's one of those things where I have to go... Oh, there it is. So if I click over there and then come back and then hit share, it will move that tab to the top of the list. There we go. All right. And it says it's sharing the hang on. There we go. It says it's sharing the audio. But let me know if it isn't, because the audio's kind of the point. So this is Moron himself arriving. Whoa, what was that? It's all right, I've got it. That was very strange. One second. Sorry, technical difficulties. Do. I can't sing that Ipanema song. because I will get a copyright strike. Yeah, let's try this again. All right. Ooh. He was just arriving. Oh, and there's this little horrible face. I'm guessing he can't hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, one of the reasons they were booing is, and the whole reason, hang on, was it? So that was at about 26 minutes. Oh, I should have written it down. Okay, it's about 26 minutes. Trump met with loud boos as he pulled up to South Carolina football game. Trump's a little worried, former GOP representative explains. Donald Trump, the reason he's in South Carolina is because Donald Trump's a little worried about Nikki Haley. That's her alma mater. So she's been growing in the polls, and he has to face her on one-on-one in some of these early primary states. She could give him a run for his money. So, Trumpy, does he know about the booing? I mean, his vehicle was probably pretty soundproof. And there was very loud music. It was probably, that deep bass drum that can, like, you could kind of feel in the center of your body kind of thing. It could have been drowning things out. So Trump, do you know how bad that was for you? Nine of Cups. And they were. Valerie Sargent says, that's why I wondered if you saw people flipping him off. I don't think he was watching. But yeah, they were definitely they were very much against him. Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Fool, and Ten of Swords. Oh, he knows. He knows now. It didn't seem as bad in that video. I don't think he could hear it very well, if at all. But he kind of thought he could just wander in there and be the king, and he wasn't. That was Nikki Haley's alma mater, this very important football game. And you actually had they weren't all Democrats booing. There were some people there who just don't like Donald Trump. Some Republicans who there are people who vote Republican who just don't like. But Trump just waded right in there, and today he waded right in, and today he's bigly embarrassed. So why he hates people. Hates people. Phyllis Rowan's asking, so was this supposed to be an intimidation tactic on 45's part? Well, sure. Let me try. Let me pull up a few cards on that. Let me see. Kathy Ritchie says he did look like a fool. Mm-hmm. Howling at the Moon. Good luck. Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow, just so you know, early in the morning, like 3:15 a.m. Chicago time, is to mangle the Duran Duran line. Full moon on Monday. Just so you know, that's tomorrow. Card for the reading. In Gemini. Oh gosh, that's good. That full moon is literally right on my ascendant. Huh. I may go crazy overnight. How could you tell? Intimidation tactics. I think he doesn't like the success that she's been having, of course. He may have thought he could go in there, but it doesn't matter. Dumpy, you've got other things to worry about. You've really got other things to worry about. I got a big old justice card here right at the end, so maybe he thought he could go in there and be big man on campus. You know, yeah, Trump's going to be busy. All right. Jeanette Mahan says, is your ascendant in Gemini? Yep. 4 degrees. My Saturn and my ascendant are at 4 degrees of Gemini. So, Cindy Lou says, I love the full moon. I'm Cancer. It makes me feel all energetic. Good. Or makes me feel energetic. Linda Kingsley says readers are stating that a woman is going to be the Republican candidate for president. More and more, it looks like Nikki Haley is that woman. Springtime is the key. 33. Let me see what I get. Since it is related. Female GOP candidate for president 2024. And just so you know, if you're looking at the description box right now, it's too long. I've got to take some stuff out when I go a little farther down, so I can't save it right now. It's saying it's too long to save. GOP. Let me make this 3350. Will Joe Biden be running against a Republican candidate? Republican, female Republican candidate? Or any of the, scratch that. Will the Republican candidate for president in 2024, the final for all the money candidate, be a woman? Oh, absolutely, Phyllis. It's a great question. 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Devil, King of Wands, 3 of Wands. Oh, the only woman here is here. And that's on the front half of the reading. And this is a Queen of Swords, which is legal matters. It can also be military matters or legislative matters, but we've got Devil in the middle. There's Trump, and there's far right waiting for his ship to come in. And I've got the card for the readings of Death card. And it doesn't necessarily mean physical death. This could be Nikki Haley can't get past the misogyny in the Republican Party. Just can't get there from here. Let me see. Oh, Valley, did Alfie come by? Oh, it's a good Al. Boo was right here under, is wrapped up in this huge blanket. Nikki Haley. I haven't started looking at their astrology charts yet, but I have a huge list of astrology charts of politicians. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups. One, Republicans are going to lose, just saying. But what I'm what's her financial situation looking like as a candidate? Because this is just people voting for Democrats. The person in red having to walk away. I mean, obviously, if we're talking about the primary, who wins the primary to go up against? So it's not even telling me about who's going to win the Republican primary. I've just got the Republican not doing well, and beneath that is the 10 of Cups, happy families, Republican having to walk away with so many Democratic votes, active, very active people fighting for the beliefs of us Democrats. And it starts with this 9 of Cups, and the Rider Waite, it's the man sitting in the front with all of the cups arrayed behind him. That's everything lined up. There's just, I'll have a look at the astrology because the cards for her are not good. So I'm always a little worried that after everything we've been through, to see so many good cards for Republicans over and over and over. But I just have so many women voting and so many. That's what I get. All right. All right. Let's go on to. Okay, this is just silly. 39. Let's make it 30. 39, 30. Okay. So there was, once upon a time, there was an idiot. And the idiot believed all kinds of stories that they had been told. We've done that. And began to believe that whatever their beliefs were, everyone should have those exact beliefs. Not realizing that what that did was make them incredibly easy to push their buttons. Making it incredibly easy to push their buttons. Share screen. When will they learn? GOPer, Republican, freaks out over Satanic Christmas tree in his district. Let me see if I can switch these, because really? Okay, so that's not going to work. How can I do it there? I'll do it this way. There we go. Really? There's a railroad museum in this guy's town, and there's a display of Christmas trees, but for all kinds of religions, which Christians shouldn't have Christmas trees in the first place. It's a pagan symbol, but okay, fine. All right. So first of all, this guy is all bent out of shape, but not that you're using pagan symbols with Christianity. Okay, fine. All right. But of all these different Christmas trees, holiday trees really, that were set up, one of them was the trolls down at the Church of Satan showed up, and ta-da, and it looks like there are runes maybe. Yeah. Let's see. Is there any better picture of the tree? Oh, I'm not watching the video. No, I don't care enough. All right. Copy image address. Let's see. Obviously, they've blurred out something, but we've got pentacles. There's some runes. Upside down star with a ram's head. Hello, appropriation of Aries. Blah. And so, like I said, this guy is just beside himself. Hang on. Gallagher is his name. Representative Mike Gallagher lashed out at Satanists in Wisconsin. Now, this is the other thing that just kills me. Satanists, supposed to be big, scary. There's a so-called Satanic Christmas tree that was displayed at the National Railroad Museum in Ashwaubenon. Ashwaubenon is... There's no craziness that happens in Ashwaubenon. It's Ashwaubenon. I mean, I've lived in Wisconsin. It's just... Oh, yeah. All right. When parents and concerned citizens have contacted the Railroad Museum, they've said, well, this is an educational opportunity for kids, which is completely ridiculous, right? I think it's impossible to overstate how offensive this is to Christians. It would be in quite a little sense the same thing as waving a Hamas flag inside of a synagogue. Okay, spiff. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. It's a railroad museum, first of all. Not a synagogue. It's not a church. It's a railroad museum. And they were obviously trying to put in the widest variety of decorations. And when are these idiots going to learn? Don't feed the trolls. And that's what the Church of Satan is. Anton LaFey was vile. And what happened to his daughter was criminal, in my opinion. But they're trolls. They enjoy, they show up to go, oh, they're the Christians. Button. Push. Ignore them. Ignore them. You know how you minimize a lot of the extremism? You ridicule it. You ignore it. So, all right. So first 3 cards. Is Ashwaubenon a hotbed of satanic energy? And Maggie, who says yes. FYI, Ashwaubenon is a suburb of Green Bay. Yeah. I lived in Appleton off and on. So, yeah. South of Green Bay. Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles. These are right side up. Whatever. Hanged Man. 2 of Wands and 8 of Swords. No, there's... Do you know what this feels like? This feels like, you know, that cruel prank of pantsing somebody. That's what this feels like. There's no big thing. There's nothing there. And congratulations, you have a talking point. You had a reason to go on TV. Good for you. No. Jeez, what is wrong with people? Valerie Sargent says, Ashwaubenon is a portal to hell. Let's go see. It's silly. Oh, it's so silly. Katie Arbuckle says, most of the Satanists, especially the ones I met personally, just want to get on with their day. It's often a reaction to the tyrannical kind of religions that they themselves were probably brought up with. Or Linda Kingsley says, and he has no idea about the history of the Christmas tree. Yes, exactly. Not actually a Christmas tree. Eight of Swords. There's nothing here. Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Congratulations, Shupi. You got a talking point. Don't feed the trolls. Yeah. Okay. Giovanni says he's just trying to prove the left worships Satan. Democrat here? No. No. The Satanists I've met were just how do I put this? There was definitely troll energy. There was definitely some wish for attention. A whole lot of wish for attention. Really angry about and some of them were definitely angry about the extremely strict Christianity that they were brought up under. That's kind of Dave says nothing makes a Satanist more happy than to scare a Christian soldier. Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, Representative Gallagher. You've been trolled. Meh. All right. moving on. It's not, there's no there, you moron. Speaking of no there, as in no decency, no, just nothing good that I have run across. Trump has been attacking Apple co-founder's widow. Trump attacks Apple co-founder's widow in new rant. Donald Trump targeted the widow of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. Laurene Powell Jobs owns the company that has a major stake in The Atlantic, a media site that has frequently reported on Trump. Okay. Quote from Trump. You ready for this one? Steve Jobs would not be proud of his wife, Laurene, and the way she is spending his money. One, that's not your place to say. You narcissistic blankety blank. He's not proud of his wife. Says, I'm sorry, do you have a direct line to the afterlife? And Steve Jobs would not be proud of his wife, Laurene, and the way she's spending his money. His money. Right, because she's just the little woman. Julie, Wisconsin's saying attacking the widow? That's low, yeah. So, the little woman. Oh, it's all inherited. I'm sure she's never done anything. She shouldn't be worrying her pretty little head about business. Trump, you are a pig. Seriously. Misogyny, stupidity, ignorance, willful ignorance. Thy name is Trump. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Page of Cups, High Priestess. Rob D says Jobs is likely happy that his wife doesn't have 90 plus indictments and counting. Mm-hmm. Very good point, Rob. Yeah, she's got a lot of money. She's also a widow. It's not my place to say, but I will just throw a thought out there, which it feels like he's very proud of her. And she is a decent person who is perfectly capable of laughing at Trump, which really makes him crazy. But she has higher wisdom. And she's not going to lose a moment's sleep over what this jerk thinks. And with her money that she has earned, I bet she could buy and sell Donald Trump. So you wish you were living back in that world where all the men had power. Well, all the white men had power over over other people and all the little women. But that's not where we're living now. So get stuffed. Giovanna says he's jealous she has her own money and he's a thief. Lois McDonald, you're not inaccurate. Raymond DePascal says 4 indictments with 91 charges. Thank you. Suburban Housewife says she stood by Jobs even though Steve Jobs was a blankety blank. Yeah. Yep. Sarah Winston says black men had power over their women and children also. It wasn't right. Equality helps everybody. Equality helps everyone. Anyway. All right. Well, I want to make sure I get to, I'll carry some of these questions over to tomorrow. But there is one thing I thought we should cover, and then I want to show you this really sweet photo. So at 56 minutes in, thank you for being here today. Thank you for going through the news with me. So there's an article, and I do not wish, you know, I hope you know me by now, that I do not wish any illness or unaliving or anything negative toward anybody, especially not Donald Trump, because I want him in a court of law with evidence, a fair trial, and for him to be held accountable as is through a fair trial. That is what I want. I really, really want that. So, but there is an article that Julie, Wisconsin is asking, can we wish that his enemies prosper? Can wish that anyone prospers. Anyway, but there was an article, and it's just something we could walk through just as a thought experiment. All right. I do not want this to happen, but as a thought experiment. Entertainment only. Donald Trump, let's say unaliving before the 2024 election would throw GOP primaries into chaos, says a report. Okay, so this apparently is what would happen. If Trump pushed up the daisies during the primary season, which ends in mid-June, some states may postpone their scheduled primaries, okay? But many states' filing deadlines have already passed. Interesting. Okay. If Trump shuffled off his mortal coil after the last primary contest, but before the Republican National Convention, the other GOP presidential candidates would have to make a case to every state delegation at the convention. Can you imagine the chaos of that? If Trump secured the GOP nomination, but bought the farm between the convention and Election Day 2024, the RNC would convene to select another presidential candidate. Oh, thank you, Genus. Thank you, Gina. Genus Place. So it sounds like it would be chaos. Yeah, I agree. Salty chip, the chaos party either way. Yeah, this could get pretty crazy. So I'm just going to ask, first of all, I'm just going to ask, would it be chaotic? Would it be chaotic? CC Ryder says, tomorrow we'll see a large donation to the Democrats from Mrs. Jobs. Oh, to Kitty. Go eat a kitty. All right, Knight of Cups. Well, we would be respectful. Jack Smith would be free to go after a whole lot of Congress people. 9 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 6 of Cups. I'm not getting any. I don't think this is going to happen. I'm not getting any chaotic energy. I was like, okay, if this happened, would, but I'm just getting a big. No, we're Democrats are good. This is going out and voting, and Democrats are going to win. Every time I ask these questions, it's just like, no, don't even bother. Okay. I cannot bring myself to ask if yeah, he's just want him in court. I'm just going to leave it there. All right, so sorry, yeah, Boo Boos and Kitty he's right here. But first, let me show you. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. All right, at 101:30, let me show you this. Oh, that's very sweet. 101:40. The title is Rubik's Cube Loving 9-year-old Among Hostages Freed from Gaza. And let me just scroll down to where I've got the picture. Look at this. Look at this sweetness. That's a lovely thing. And apparently he saw his dad and ran down the hospital hallway into his dad's arms. I love that. And yes, I did hear Gloria is mentioning the 4-year-old was released as well. Yes. But this is good. So I just wanted to make sure I showed you. Bless. Okay, so I'll stop that. I will make this big for a second. Oh no, I'll do it the other way. Hang on, I'll do it this way. Okay, so I can take this camera and I can pick it up and I can go like this. Somebody's having a bath. Hey. Hi. How you doing? How you doing, cutie? Oh, he's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Precious. So there's Boo. He's just this lump in this giant blanket. It's here. I think it was on for a mile. But Georgia. It's like, what'd you do that for? All right, anyway. That's gonna do it. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, all right, so that's going to do it for me for today. But thank you for being here. Thank you for going through the news with me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yes, Kitty Cam. It's 1:20 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. We just focus on our creative projects and just encourage each other. It's really simple. Just show up every day, just make some progress. As a self-employed person, it helps me a lot because it's so easy in the afternoon to get distracted or tired and not work. And it's like, no. Let's do some work. As Sarah's got a couple of days off, so it'll just be me. But yeah, you know, those who go to the Creative Sprints, you can come on screen. The link's in the Facebook group if you're a regular. Or you want to become a regular, you can come on screen with me. Just saying. All right. Julie said, thanks for the fun hour. Thank you. All right. You take care, everybody. You are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. Take care. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye.